Hey, it's Josh McDermott from The Walking Dead. Make sure you subscribe to the Zoostuber.
I don't know if you're out there. Subscribe to this channel.
What is up, guys? This is the Zoostuber, and today I'm here with a pretty cool video for your viewing pleasure having to do with AMC's The Walking Dead, and in particular, Season 6. Now, this will be having to do with everything we know so far about Season 6, having to do with casting rumors, filming updates, and just all the basic general things you guys need to know. I'll be doing an updated version of this every few weeks or so up until, up until we get most of all of our information. So, let's just get right into this. Oh, before we do, shout out to a new gaming channel here on YouTube titled Group E. It's some fellow subscribers of mine are members of that channel, so I figured I'd give you guys a shout out. I don't do shout outs regularly, guys. I do it every once in a while. It's not like I'm not playing favorites or anything like that. I just kind of, you know what, it's a random day. I feel like doing a shout out, so I'll do a shout out. I don't do anything regularly. So just awesome job to those guys. I hope your channel goes well, and go and check them out. Once again, their channel is called Group E. Alright, so let's get into this. So let's just start with some simple things, like the premiere date of Season 6. Now, it has not been officially announced. It remains unknown, but given the show's trends throughout the years, it's fairly safe to say that it will kick off on Sunday, October 11th at 9 p.m., which is the final day of New York Comic Con. It's been doing that for the past several seasons now. So it's safe to assume that it will happen on the 11th. Previous seasons have been slotted at the end of the three-day event, which is New York Comic Con, with the last three runs starting on the 14th, 13th, and 12th of October, respectively, with the season finale expected to be in the last week of March 2016. So that is pretty cool. As we continue, like they say every season, it's going to be the biggest season yet. Showrunner Scott Gimple has provided the biggest hints of what to expect in a statement release following the conclusion of Season 5. He wrote, "For a good while now, humans have been the bigger threat. At the start of our next season, that will change. I said the show reinvents itself every 8 episodes, and we're doing it again, friendos. Now that these characters know they have what it takes to survive, what are they going to do with that power? How will they choose to live? Beyond answering those questions, we're currently putting into motion some of our most ambitious stuff yet, and things are going to get very big, loud, and scary." Now, you can look at that and be like, hey, it's the same crap they say each year, or you can look at it and be like, hey, they don't usually let us down when they say things like that. So, for the most part, and we can look forward to some big things to come. We already know Greg Nicotero has officially confirmed that the wolves are using their traps to build a zombie army. He did not say what the zombie army was for, but if you have read the comics, you know that around this time, timeline-wise, in the comics, in parallel to the show, there is a massive walker herd that attacks Alexandria, and things happen. People die, people get hurt. And a lot of people are badasses. It's called the No Way Out story arc. I've already done a couple videos having to do with it. So did Ronnie Hayes as well. You can watch some of his in-depth videos. Very awesome stuff there. So it's safe to assume, at least in my opinion, that they're going to tie in the No Way Out story arc to this wolves zombie army that they are cooking up. So that is pretty cool stuff there. And going off of the wolves, they are going to be the villain for the first half of Season 6 at least. We don't know how long they're going to last. I'm betting not too long. They're probably going to do a Terminus style thing where they get teased for most of Season 4 or most of the second half of Season 4, and then they only get a few episodes in the beginning of Season 6. So they're probably going to be wolves, and then just No Way Out story arc in the first half, as well as some other things that will be going on from the comics on that timeline there. Norman Reedus, who plays Daryl Dixon on The Walking Dead, spoke to The Hollywood Reporter about their new breed of enemy. "Terminus did horrible things behind that wall," he says. "They were a wimpy and in a cowardly way tricked people into going there and then did their evil business once you got behind their walls. These guys, the wolves, are roamers, and they seem like a whole bunch of Daryls gone south who have gone really bad and turned into wolves. They're probably on the move. I don't think they're afraid to butcher people in front of people. They seem different than Terminus. Terminus was more cowardly. They would trick you into coming to Disneyland and then eat you." So we're going to see more of them in Season 6. So I'm psyched for that. Like I said, I doubt they'll be around for too long. Also, Alexandria will remain to be the group's main location for Season 6, as well as probably Season 7 and onward, because in the comics they're there for a long time, and they're still there. So I don't think we'll be seeing any new main location for a while. Now, I know they're going to try to spice up the show by giving us a lot of different episodes or different scenes where the group are going on supply runs or outside the walls for whatever reason, but Alexandria will be the main headquarters for a long time to come. I reported on a few weeks ago that there are several new characters that are, well, there's 3 in total so far that have been announced, that have been, their people are, we don't know who's going to be playing these characters, but they are, like, the casting calls for them are up. Now, Season 5 killed off a lot of different people in the season, probably one of the deadliest seasons yet, but in Season 6 we have some new characters to add to the mix. An inside source has told the internet that Delvin, it's a new character, is a 20-something African-American cynic that might still believe that even though he has seen some very bad things, people can generally be decent deep down inside. There's another character named Tucker that apparently values fairness. We don't really have much more information on him, but this Delvin character seems like he could be the show's remix or version of Heath from the comic books. Both of these characters are expected to be members of Alexandria when they enter the show, and they're almost certainly not the last new additions. Both characters are expected to be members of Alexandria when they enter the show. And we have a third character that was announced. I did a video on her. And just to reiterate what I said in yesterday's video, she's a female. Her name is Allison, and she's in her late 20s to early 40s. She's a smart, artful, and charming psychologist who quickly turns awkward and messy when it comes to her personal life. She'd much rather stay safely inside her comfort zone, but the true test of her mettle comes when the comfort's gone and the stakes are life and death. She's not cynical and really cares about people. She will be a recurring guest star and will be in multiple episodes. She will appear in episode 602, 605, and additional episodes are to be determined. So very cool stuff there. I'll be reporting on any other casting news as I get it, as well as any other news that's released about the 3 characters I just talked about. Another thing, we know that Morgan, his character, played by Lenny James, is here to stay. We've heard several things that him and Rick will be the spine of the season. Their interaction and their thought process. These two characters are going to, at least for the first half of Season 6, guide the direction of the show. So very cool stuff there. Gail and her teased, I can say whenever the group adds new characters to their core, it changes the dynamic. So with the reintroduction of Morgan, we're going to see the dynamic change. With Morgan now having eschewed violence and become a Zen-like warrior, we'll see what kind of impact that has on Rick as well as Deanna and the new group that's a combination of Alexandria and our survivors. When he encounters Rick, it looks to him like Rick just killed another human being in cold blood, execution style. There could be some interesting encounters given how their roles have reversed. And lastly, for this particular video, Ross Marquand, who plays the part of Aaron, is now contracted to be a series regular for Season 6. We are still waiting to find out whether or not Alexandra Breckenridge, who plays Jessie, will be a series regular in Season 6, but she probably will. I'm not too sure. I'm sure we'll get some more information on that in the future, depending on whether or not how long they want to keep her alive. Now, for those of you who know her story arc from the comics, you know why they might not be making her a series regular, or why they might actually do it. We'll have to wait and see. They could change things up. They might not. I want to know what you guys think. Comment down below and let me know if you enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button and leave a like. And I'll see you guys later. Have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day.